There was a man who sold fruit out his truck day to day. On the corner of Blank and Blank, you feeling the name and the place. An immigrant who exited his residence and boarded. He risked his life and freedom to leave it and cross the border. On Williams and following his hopes and dreams of building a better life for his loyal wife and 3 children. It wasn't what he expected, but he was humble and content. Although often he wished for something more, he was met. One morning in July, a man decided to buy an apple to eat during his drive through the city to the west side, where his job was. Not just cause of hunger and thirst, he passed his fruit man every day on his way to work. He never ate breakfast cause his mornings were too hectic, but today he had some time, plus he was feeling sympathetic, so he ate it to the core. His morning appetite satisfied, he threw it out the window on the passenger side. As it flies out his hand, the wind catches it with readiness, carries it to the lawn of a single family residence, where it lands and finds hospice in the dirt unnoticed. Eventually it sinks into the earth. After a decade passes, that core became a massive apple tree, and by that time that home was occupied by a new family with a new child, a new decorated nursery. They'd hurried into sleep and they went to bed worry free. That same night, a man with distractions in his eyes and spirits in his kidney that told him lies to feed his pride was driving home and swore he saw a car coming at him. His depth perception affected, so his natural reaction was to swerve off the road over the curb across the lawn and collide into that mighty apple tree head on. Now the placement of that tree was right next to the house, directly on the other side of where that baby slept sound. Now if the tree wasn't there to stop the car like it did, it would have crashed through the wall and killed the baby in his crib. Now why does the life of just one child matter? That baby grew up and found the cure for cancer, and that fruit man that remained humble and content, but still often whispered something much greater. He was meant, deserves an applause from each and every human, because he changed history, but he never knew it. He was that first step, domino effect, connect the sequence. Every event has a consequence that leads to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. Once the motion is set.
Age-old trees enhance and beautify our landscape. From their very roots to the tops of their crowns, their stately forms impressing and charming us, whether as part of an avenue along a road or standing alone in some meadow or field.
The forest gives me something else too. I can dive into a different world, undisturbed. I can just let myself go. With every breath, I feel the hearty forest scent and can listen to the singing of the birds, completely uninterrupted.
underground. Sasquatch! Sasquatch! Prehistoric, pictographic, hand on hammer, cabin tablet, chisel granite, image captured, sacred pathway, travel trackless, work the landing, watch from branches, symbiotic, co-inhabit, glow collapsing, abandoned planet, stellar graphic, galactic map it, advanced mechanics, dramatic craftwork, chatter platinum, babble antwork, see no ambush, eBay camera, survive and whisper, fable passed on, handle bear claw, helmet antlers, Nino sandal, meta Sasquatch, Shamayan passport, access sky talk, Eloa exalt, fear not, warlock, ID info, photo thumbtack, electro ammo, anti-impact, psycho, schizo, synchro, syntax, phenom footprint, all traps, slip past, Sasquatch! Sasquatch! Strangers in this world. Stewards of the rock and the cave. Who's those eyes that glow through the cloak of the night like coals on fire so hot? Unknown who they are, how they roam in the dark, in the brush of the snow on the rock. That growl, cuts through the must, brings frost to a swamp. Don't be lost in the forest, get deep caught in the marsh. It's beyond your resource to resist your impulse to ignore the bylaws. You spyglass your feet forced to sneak across the line by the very sign that warned you to keep off. But these grounds unseen guards perceive all from the tree crowns. On occasion, need a major change in the terrain. Open range, quiet the brain, investigate the ancient ways. No faces, no traffic, not a screech or peak within my reach. No concrete or metal, only blades of grass beneath the feet. The forest and rain provide the beat. Their performance, the purest, more than any captured audio recording. Across the field, I see the tree of life, I'm walking towards it. You see branches and myth, I see that which is most glorious. Getting out the city, connect with the past. Seek out the oldest path, running through the grass, kissing every step. Redefining fresh, those shoes a mess, I couldn't care less. Getting out the city, connect with the past. Out the oldest path, running through the grass, kissing every step. Redefining fresh, those shoes a mess, I couldn't care less.
The avenue of fruit trees so fully in blossom back in the spring has long since been covered in foliage.
The leaves have left the trees.
Trees braced against the wind.
For nature, winter is a testing time. This is the day of the longest shadows. The last of the winter rains bring out the spectacular bloom.
Used to just see a tree, now examine each leaf. Magnify simple things, behold magnificent intricacies. These puzzle pieces become a landscape eventually. Display it for a season, storing in memories. Beauty subjective, images are deceptive. Even quicksand appears is soft enough to step in. Perspective, a crumb of bread is tossed to a pigeon. A man would eat it in a desperate enough position. Discipline, the change development for punishment. Loving the gust of wind blown on my skin to toughen it. If the armor is fragile, it must be harder for battle. Cause when you're storming the castle, they'll sound the horn for the arrows. Enjoy the pain of healing, let the medicine sting. An angel would be a fool to surrender his wings. There's an arm wrapped in stardust, still as an arc with silence. Gag ball in its muscle fibers, words quiet, the milky haze. Buoyant as chalk, one's hypothesis. White from the slate to escape a forgotten glimpse. Serves as the formaldehyde, preserving this dead limb. That should crawl easily through this fog with its dead limb. Incompetence, use a shame to convince. It resembles bricks, making the ribbon on the gift box too heavy to lift. The dagger of its presence, cold as guilt to the soul. Paralyzing and surprise landslides of mountain roads, mountain roads. There is an arm trap that screams behind an astronaut's mask as it pinwheels into the vast pavilion of black. The cast autograph bypass panthers that gather, and every focus dearly left to pass a trick winged lantern. Tattoos etched in the flesh of biceps, invisible unless the muscle flex. The branch of a cursed tree deserves to be burned slow. When the fruit it produces future with wormholes. My enemy arm wrestles, ready's a firm hold. My arm falls on an end ill ominous. First snow.
Is full of riches, a treasury, a tapestry of beauty and life. The forest is full of riches, and the riches of the forest are for all. The land is our living. The land is the house of our life. A forest is home. This is the work to care for the house of the woods, to mend and reweave the tapestry of green and gold and living blood we call forest, that its riches may remain for all. But to care for life is to care for the little, the least, because the least is also life and part of all. A forest is a singing bird. Singing bird and all the other creatures that help form the pattern of the wild. The forest is woven as one. The fox and the flower, the sun and the soil, the water and wings, the toadstools and trees. The forest is woven as one. Plant and animal, and mystery and man. The forest is a tapestry, a treasury of riches forever, for all. boys in need.